Haters are demanding that Elon Musk stop having kids. He recently confirmed welcoming twins with one of his top executives last November, just a month before having a secret daughter with Grimes. The Tesla CEO and richest man in the world now has 9 children, and the tech guru shows no signs of stopping. Musk has even encouraged his followers to have large families because he thinks a big brood will save the world. But if he adores kids so much, why can't he connect with the ones he already has? If Musk truly loved his offspring, he'd accept and support them all no matter what. Yet that's not the case. Elon's 18-year-old wants nothing to do with the billionaire. The kid was born male and was formerly known as Xavier Alexander Musk. But earlier this year, she legally filed to change her identity and her name. She now uses her mother's maiden name and goes by Vivian Jenner Wilson, because Vivian no longer wants to be associated with her father. Sadly, it's easy to see why the young lady feels this way. At the time that she was discovering her place in the world, her dad was very publicly ridiculing trans people and gender identity. Initially, Musk sent off a tweet saying pronouns suck, and followed it up with a graphic cartoon about using he/him pronouns. Earlier this year, while Vivian was legally applying to change her name, Musk changed his own name on Twitter to Elon Musk. Many netizens saw this as a direct attack against trans people and specifically against Musk's own flesh and blood. Elon's repeated comments on trans culture and gender identity have angered LGBTQ supporters. They've also raised questions about how this dad treats his family. Because if these types of posts are a criticism of his Vivian, Musk is publicly and very coldly humiliating his own kid, which could explain her desire to have nothing to do with Elon. But before Musk became a dad to Vivian, he experienced the worst thing to happen to a parent. He and his then-wife Justine's first son, Nevada, died suddenly in 2002. The little boy was just 10 weeks old and hadn't even been sick. Instead, the cause was SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. The most traumatizing thing was that Elon was cradling Nevada when the baby took his last breath. Musk gave a small glimpse into his heart. There is nothing worse than losing a child. My firstborn son died in my arms. I felt his heartbeat. Nevada's unexplained passing caused some insane emotional turmoil in the future billionaire. It also had a negative effect on how Musk parented the rest of his kids. Since losing Nevada, Elon's next 5 children with Justine, a set of twins and a set of triplets, were born via IVF. Some commentators think that Musk chose this method to prevent any future disasters. Elon's first parental heartbreak probably hurt so much that he struggled to emotionally connect with his kids. You see, Musk has been called a terrible father by many sources, for a variety of reasons, and there's a lot of evidence of the accusation. With Elon's insane work schedule, he's basically an absentee dad, and he doesn't mind. Musk has no real interest in small babies. He considers them eating, sleeping, and pooping machines. Instead, this dad leaves that kind of parenting to his various baby mamas. He insists that he'll play a bigger role when the youngsters are older. Although, as critics have pointed out, that isn't the approach Musk took with his first 5 children. In fact, Elon admitted that his eldest kids were mostly educated by the internet. For many people, that was a shocking admission, as Elon previously set up a school for his brood. He did that because he didn't think traditional education was good enough.
The regular schools, they weren't doing the things that I thought should be done. The kids really love going to school. I think that's a good sign. I hated going to school when I was a kid. It was torture.
Initially, Musk wanted to be a cool dad who spends time and shares interests with his children. He started spoiling them. But after the tech mogul took the boys to his Tesla factory, that changed. Elon's kids weren't impressed by the amazing technology. Instead, they were indifferent. And when Musk tried to introduce strict rules to his boys, they didn't like it. Whatever Elon did, his parenting was criticized. For example, when the Tesla CEO welcomed a son with singer Grimes, the internet had a field day. It wasn't because of who the parents were or the circumstances of the boy's birth. Rather, it was due to his name. X's mother explained that his name was filled with meaning and symbolism like love, technology, and peace. But this didn't stop the internet making endless memes about the baby. Worse still, Elon encouraged this by tweeting an image of his son with photoshopped tattoos. However, X has already been branded Musk's favorite, as so far he's the only kid seen around Elon. This little boy has been in his dad's interviews, meetings, and even attended Elon's Person of the Year award.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Maybe Musk has already chosen the heir to his tech empire? Haters also had a lot to say when Grimes announced that she and Musk had welcomed a daughter. Grimes wanted the baby to be a secret, but the couple was accused of using the reveal for publicity. And when the world found out about her name, Exa Dark Sideræl, the shade intensified. And Exa wasn't the only baby the billionaire tried to keep secret. Around the same time that she was born, a colleague of his had given birth to twins, and Elon was the father. When the billionaire was called out for his promiscuity, Elon laughed it off. He said, "Doing my best to help the underpopulation crisis. A collapsing birth rate is the biggest danger civilization faces by far." It looks like Musk has put all his attention on his plans to populate Earth and Mars and save the world. Literally. Elon is absolutely convinced that Earth is scarily underpopulated, putting the human race at risk of extinction. Musk insists that more babies will prevent this. His kids are just the start of his own contribution to saving the future of humanity. Moreover, Musk has no clue how to be a good parent. His own childhood was filled with trauma and turmoil, so the example he had was far from perfect. Elon's parents divorced when he was 9 years old. His two siblings chose to stay with their mom, but Musk didn't want his dad to be lonely and sad. So, Elon chose not to follow his siblings. It was the biggest mistake of his life. Living with his father made Elon's life hell. The young boy was subjected to emotional and mental abuse and watched his dad making countless questionable choices. When Rolling Stone magazine asked Musk about his dad, the billionaire couldn't hold back the tears. Elon explained, "He was such a terrible human being. You have no idea. Almost every crime you can possibly think of, he's done. Almost every evil thing you could possibly think of, he has done." Soon, Elon realized that he could not take it any longer, so he moved back in with his mother. Unfortunately, his mum, May, didn't offer much help. She expected her children to be self-sufficient while she worked hard to provide for them. "I didn't treat them like babies. I never told them what to study. I didn't check their homework. That was their responsibility." May's kids became independent, but her parenting style meant she was hardly ever at home. Elon's unconventional childhood left him desperate for love and company. The SpaceX boss even told Rolling Stone, "If I'm not with a long-term companion, I cannot be happy. I will never be happy without having someone. When I was a child, there's one thing I said: I never want to be alone." And that, according to Musk's haters, is why he's so determined to have a lot of kids. Because he can't stand being alone and wants someone to love him. Only Elon isn't making that an easy job for his offspring. Sure, the 9-time dad routinely says things like this.
Kids are awesome, by the way. You guys should all have kids.
But his actions don't always tally with these claims. Because while he's trying to save the world, family should be his world. Musk is so busy thinking about the future of humanity that he's ignoring the very real future of the humans he created. Which just goes to show you, if you want to change the world, start at home.